Okay, now we are ready to make the bread in our little Naredva bread maker. So first thing is 3/4 cup of milk heated to about 112 degrees. So I have my little thermometer here and it is right around 112. So I'm gonna pour that in. The key to this is just the layering, making sure that you get it all in the right order. So the milk goes first, then we have 1/4 cup of melted butter, unsalted melted butter. Next is 1/4 cup, sorry, I gotta look at my recipe, of raw honey. My favorite is my friend here, Donnie's Bee Farm here locally. Love it, my favorite honey ever. So about 1/4 cup or a little more if you like it a little sweeter, which I do. I add just a tad more and it doesn't really affect the consistency. Next, Sue Becker's recipe calls for half an egg. I don't really know what half an egg is, so my new hens are laying kind of small eggs, so I'm just doing a whole egg, and it doesn't hurt anything. Then it is a teaspoon of Redmond real salt going in, and I do love Redmond real salt. If you are wondering, that is my favorite. Then it calls, excuse me, for 1 tablespoon of sunflower lecithin. This is sort of the binding agent. You can get this at your health food store or on Amazon as well. If you go to my little storefront on Amazon, I got all this stuff in there for you. So the next thing is our flour that we've already ground up. And I just mix it around just a little bit with my spurtle and make sure, because we use 3 different grains. So just kind of making sure it's all in there. And you want 2 and about 1/4 cup. That's roughly, and you're just layering, okay? So you're making sure that the top of all that liquid is covered, because when you put your yeast in, you need it to all be covered. That's about 2 cups. And then we need about another 1/4 cup, a little bit more than 1/4 cup. And then if I see some wet spots on the edges, don't mess with it too much, but you just want to cover the wet spots so that when you put the last thing is your yeast. So what I use is Fleischmann's bread machine instant yeast, and that seems to work well. This is 1/2 tablespoon. So that goes right in the middle on the top, making sure not to get that on any wet areas. Then you're just gonna close your little bread machine. And on this particular one, this is the 15-in-1 2-pound, I believe it's called, bread machine. So on this one, it is program number 4, which is whole wheat bread. This one also has a dispenser, so I have to make sure that the dispenser is off because I'm not putting nuts or cranberries or anything into this one. Then I press this button again, and it takes me to how many grams. I choose the 1,000 grams, which is the larger loaf. And then you press it again, it goes over here, and I can choose what shade I want my bread. I always choose the lightest just because I don't really like it overcooked or too tough on the outside, so I choose the lightest. Now, here's what you don't want to do. Many times I press this again thinking this is the power button, and 3 hours later I come and check and my bread hasn't started cooking. So just so you don't make a silly mistake like me, down here is your start button, okay? I know it'd be easy for you guys. You would just read it and say, right, because it says start. No, I've done it lots of times. So anyway, this is your start button. And you guys, that's it. Start it, and it tells you right there it will be done in 3 hours 10 minutes. It does everything for you, the kneading, the rising and the right temperature and all that, and the baking. So in 3 hours and 10 minutes, we're going to have us a fresh loaf of wheat berry bread, freshly milled flour, which is so good for you guys. I wish you would go watch all of Sue Becker's videos on the nutritional value of all of this, but it's so worth it, y'all. It can really change your life. And read about what is not in your store-bought flour. Okay, read about how there's nothing nutritional pretty much in there. So this is really the way to go. This bread maker was $139 on Amazon. Again, if you go to my little storefront, everything that I use is in there pretty much, and it can change your life. So let's go on this journey together, and let's see how we can heal our gut and help our families, okay? All right, have a blessed day. I'll show you the loaf when it's done, okay? All right.